Just gonna make another quick vid on how to do Cummins ISX 2250 water pumps. I've done quite a few of them. They're pretty easy. Quickest way to do it though is go ahead and take your AC belt off. There's a tensioner back here. You just loosen that up, pop your belt off. Next thing you want to do is get your main fan belt. Now there's a tensioner right here. Zoom in, there's a slot. It's kind of back on the tip there. You just use, I usually use a flex head ratchet. Basically you want to get those two things, the belts, two belts, and then the tensioner right here. And once you get all that off, you want to work on the bolts. The bolts for the water pump. There's 4 of them. Here's one, but yeah, they're just 4 around. They're not too hard. You can usually look at the new one and compare it. Just see where the bolts are. But basically, here's your water pump. It's got your two belt grooves and your 4 bolts. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. These other ones are just accessory ones. And there's the impeller. You got your O-ring. I got the O-ring. It comes in this Cummins pack right here. You gotta make sure and put that on. But for now, let's work on getting the water pump out of there. Getting those 4 bolts off. I believe they're 14 millimeter. So I'm gonna work on that. And by getting your tensioner off, there's the main bolt right here in the middle. Just make sure to remember how it's positioned. It's not too hard, but when you get done wrapping it up, you're gonna get kind of confused. So, here's the fan belt tensioner. I was saying I had that middle bolt right here. It'll fall out, but turn it around, it's got this notch. This notch that goes up here. It's right up here. There's that notch. Bolt notch. Anyways, that was a 13 millimeter socket. Just used a flex head ratchet. Alright, well, once you get all your 4 bolts out of the water pump, you rock it back. Want to rock it back and forth. See it? You'll see this gap right here. Get a little bigger and smaller as I flex it. You're gonna want to take a small or your largest flathead screwdriver and try and fit it in the gap back in the corner. And once you get a screwdriver in this gap back there, take another one right here and just work them evenly until the water pump just flops out. And here's the 2 screwdrivers I use, just to snap on one of the bigger ones, and this one I found laying around the shop. Those are my pry bar screwdrivers. Well, they're just nice because they have a nice wedge tip. You can get it out of there. To get the bolts for the water pump out, I found my flex head 3/8 drive with a 3-inch extension and a deep 14 millimeter. It's just the perfect length for that. So, well, after the battle of trying to pry that out of there, finally got it. It wasn't too bad. As you can see, it just kind of sits in there. Now all I got to do is try and pull it through this hole right here. It's the tricky part. Just got to figure out whatever way is best for you, I guess. Well, I got the old one out. I actually found it easier to use just a smaller pry bar to get with the angled end on it easier. Then when you get your new one here, you put your Cummins O-ring. Goes in this little slot right here. It's not really rocket science. Alright. What I usually use is this motor assembly grease. Slides in there nice and easy. But whatever you got on hand, just if it's slick, just use it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in there real quick. While installing the new water pump, I found it easier to fit it through the hole with the pulleys forward. Just makes it a little easier, and I guess the accessory holes on the top, the angle of it's a lot better than all the other ways. So. Okay, and once you get it sitting in there, remember to make sure you got your bolt holes in the right spots. That flat accessory drive thing is going to be down, just straight down right here. And then all you want to do is just kind of give her a nice little push. Get that O-ring seated in there. Then you just grab your bolts and put them in there. Make sure to check on quick serve to get the right torque specs for those. Anyways, I hope you liked the